And can you just let me know, is the royal family a racist family, sir?
No, we're very much not a racist family.
For years, the royal family remained tight-lipped about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's royal exit, leaving rumors to grow. But recently, Prince William has broken his silence in a move that stunned the public. He said that Meghan's arrival didn't just put pressure on Harry's connection to the monarchy, but she widened the gap in their once strong bond as brothers. With tension brewing and bold decisions made, Prince Harry and Meghan's exit left the monarchy forever changed. But one question remained: was Meghan truly the reason behind the whole fallout? Join us as we unravel what Prince William revealed. Prince William breaks silence on Meghan Markle's royal exit. After weeks of speculation and intense media scrutiny turned into years, Prince William finally broke his silence on the issue of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's exit from the royal family. His decision to speak out came at a pivotal moment for the monarchy. For many, William's eventual comments were long overdue. The public was eager to hear from the future king, who had remained silent for so long. His brother Harry and sister-in-law Meghan had voiced their grievances on national television, airing personal issues that touched on everything from race to mental health.
Several conversations.
There's a conversation with you?
With Harry.
About how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
The accusations were serious, and many expected William to take a stand in defense of the royal family. However, his silence had raised doubts about his stance and had fueled further speculation about the underlying dynamics within the royal family. But recently, he decided to break silence. Keep watching to know what he said. When Prince William finally decided to speak on the exit, his words were carefully measured. He did not provide a detailed denial of Harry and Meghan's claims, nor did he offer an apology or acknowledgement of the allegations made during the Oprah interview. Instead, his response was framed in a way that emphasized the importance of family unity and the need for privacy in addressing personal matters. This strategic choice reflected the royal family's long-standing tradition of resolving family disputes away from the public eye, while at the same time addressing the growing pressure for a public response. William's first public comments on the situation came in the context of a media engagement he had scheduled prior to an interview. As the Duke of Cambridge visited a school in London, he was asked about his thoughts on the Oprah Winfrey interview and the feud between the royal family and the Sussexes. His response, though brief, was simple. A reporter asked William, "Have you spoken to your brother since the interview?" To which he responded, "No, I haven't spoken to him yet, but I will." A second reporter then asked William, "Can you just let me know, is the royal family a racist family, sir?" "We are very much not a racist family," he stated firmly.
Have you spoken to your brother since the interview?
No, I haven't spoken yet, but I will do.
And can you just let me know, is the royal family a racist family, sir?
No, we're very much not a racist family.
Clearly addressing the racial accusations that had been levied against the royal family by Meghan and Harry. This remark was the first time William had publicly responded to the claim that members of the royal family had questioned the skin color of Meghan and Harry's child. The answers Prince William gave aimed to put to rest any doubt about the royal family's stance on racism, while also attempting to reassure the public that they did not condone such behavior. Although William's words were strong, the tone remained respectful. He avoided launching into a direct confrontation with Harry and Meghan or discussing the intricacies of their claims. Instead, he reiterated his belief in family loyalty and respect, which had been emphasized throughout his upbringing. His approach suggested that he was focused on healing the feud between himself and his brother, rather than further escalating the situation. In many ways, William's comments can be seen as an attempt to shift the narrative away from the accusations and back onto the broader issue of family unity. While the allegations made by Meghan and Harry had painted a picture of deep divisions within the royal family, William sought to remind the public that, despite the differences, the royal family still valued its bond and its shared responsibilities. When William spoke out, his comments were met with mixed reactions. Supporters of Meghan and Harry praised the couple for their bravery in speaking out, while others questioned the validity of their claims. William's remarks about racism within the royal family were seen by some as insufficient, with critics pointing out that his refusal to provide more details left many questions unanswered. The media, ever hungry for a story, seized upon William's comments as the first real indication of his stance on the matter. Headlines erupted, analyzing every word of his statement, attempting to decipher his true feelings. Some saw it as a veiled criticism of his brother's behavior, while others saw it as a peaceful attempt to mend the family's feud. Regardless of the interpretation, William's words were significant in that they represented the first public acknowledgement of the interview's contents from a senior member of the royal family. However, any attempts at reconciliation were met with challenges, as both brothers had strong emotions tied to the situation. William, who had always upheld the values of duty and loyalty to the crown, was hurt by Harry's decision to step away from the royal family, and by the way the couple had aired their grievances in public. On the other hand, Harry, feeling that the royal family had failed him and his wife, struggled to reconcile with the people that had shaped his life. Let's go into how Prince Harry and Meghan exited the royal family. The exit from the royal family. In Prince Harry's bombshell memoir, Spare, Prince Harry reveals a shocking claim that Prince William attacked him during a heated argument about Meghan Markle. He set down the water, called me another name, then came at me. It all happened so fast. So very fast. He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor. I landed on the dog's bowl, which cracked under my back, the pieces cutting into me. I lay there for a moment, dazed, then got to my feet and told him to get out. Amid the book's release, a source told Us Weekly, at this point William's got no plans to speak to Harry. He's come to terms with the fact that he's lost his little brother and quite possibly for life. When Meghan Markle, an American actress of biracial descent, began a relationship with Prince Harry, things changed. Meghan's background, being half black and half white, was immediately a point of contention within the British royal family and the media. Her mixed-race heritage and American upbringing made her an unconventional choice for the British monarchy, which has historically been predominantly white. Before Meghan Markle entered the picture, Prince William and Prince Harry shared a close, almost inseparable bond. Though there were reports that their first public fallout was over a wildlife conservative dispute in Africa. However, they were more than brothers. They were each other's closest companions through the highs and lows of royal life. Both experienced the untimely death of their mother, Princess Diana, at a young age, and that shared trauma formed the foundation of their relationship. As they grew older, they supported each other through their respective public duties, military service, and charity work. For much of their early lives, William and Harry appeared to be an unbreakable team. Their bond was often on display at public events, whether they were attending royal engagements or engaging in charitable work. They were two sides of the same coin. William, the future king, with his composed and steady demeanor, and Harry, the more spontaneous and outgoing younger brother. Despite their differences, they complemented each other well, and their mutual respect was evident to those around them. However, as Harry approached adulthood, their paths began to diverge. William, as the elder sibling, was expected to take on more formal responsibilities in the royal family. He was preparing for a future as the king, and his role required a certain level of dedication to the monarchy and its duties, In contrast, Harry, who had a more independent streak, was less inclined to conform to the traditional royal expectations. While William was becoming increasingly involved in the structured world of royal duty, Harry sought to carve out his own identity, outside the confines of his royal title. This growing difference in their paths began to create subtle tensions between the two brothers. While Harry looked to assert his independence, William, who was heavily involved in the monarchy's institutional framework, urged his younger brother to focus on his royal responsibilities. It's said that William was concerned about Harry's growing dissatisfaction with royal life, and this concern only grew as Harry's relationship with Meghan Markle began. When Harry met Meghan Markle in 2016, it marked the beginning of a significant shift in his life. Their relationship, though initially kept private, quickly became the subject of media attention. The couple claimed they first met on Instagram. Meghan, an American actress with a background in Hollywood, was an unconventional choice for a member of the royal family. This caused a stir within royal circles, with many questioning her fit for the monarchy. The media, already known for their invasive scrutiny of the royal family, wasted no time in painting Meghan with a variety of labels, many of which were unfair and damaging. For Harry, however, he saw the relationship differently. He believed he found someone who was not only a partner, but also someone who understood his struggles with fame, mental health, and the pressures of royal life. Meghan's independence and commitment to social justice resonated deeply with him. She was a woman who seemed to bring out the best in him, and Harry was determined to support her, regardless of the criticism she faced. However, the rapidly evolving relationship between Harry and Meghan didn't sit well with everyone in the royal family. Prince William, in particular, was reportedly concerned. While William had always been protective of Harry, some reports suggest that he viewed the relationship with skepticism. He was reportedly worried that Meghan was moving too quickly with Harry, and that the couple's whirlwind romance was developing too fast. The press coverage was also a point of contention. William, who had always been very private about his own relationships, seemed uncomfortable with the intense media scrutiny that Meghan and Harry were subjected to, but perhaps even more so with how Meghan handled it. It wasn't just the speed of the relationship that caused tension, it was also Meghan's outsider status. As a woman from a completely different background, Meghan wasn't the typical royal fiancée. She had been married before to Trevor Engelson. She was a divorcee, and her family had complex relationships with the press. Her American nationality alone made her a controversial figure in royal circles, and she was frequently compared to other royal brides, such as Kate Middleton, who had been introduced to the royal family through more traditional means. For William, the pressure on Harry's relationship with Meghan seemed to escalate. His older brother's feelings of concern for Harry's choices were compounded by the criticisms that Meghan faced. William may have felt that Meghan's influence was distancing Harry from the royal family and its duties. Although he did not express these concerns publicly, it is believed that he may have quietly tried to intervene and offer guidance, as any older sibling would. However, Harry's commitment to Meghan only strengthened over time, leading to their engagement in 2017. When Harry and Meghan married in May 2018, the royal wedding was a global event, and for many, it was a symbol of the modern monarchy. Meghan, the first biracial woman to marry into the royal family, broke new ground, and her wedding was a moment of hope and inclusivity for many. Despite the challenges they had faced, including negative media coverage, Harry and Meghan's wedding was seen as a triumph. However, the wedding also highlighted the growing rift between Harry and William. While both brothers were part of the ceremony, there were reports of tensions behind the scenes. According to various sources, William had expressed concerns about the speed of Harry's relationship with Meghan, and he had even suggested that Harry slow things down. However, Harry, who was deeply in love with Meghan, dismissed these concerns, and the wedding proceeded as planned. In the months that followed, the differences between Harry and William continued to widen. While William and Kate were settling into their roles as parents and senior members of the royal family, Harry and Meghan were increasingly focused on their own causes. They launched their charitable foundation, Sussex Royal, and began speaking out about issues like mental health, climate change, and women's rights. While these causes were noble, they were often at odds with the more traditional royal duties embraced by William and Kate. Meghan, in particular, became more vocal about the challenges she faced as a member of the royal family, including the overwhelming media scrutiny and what she perceived as a lack of support from the palace. Harry, meanwhile, became increasingly protective of his wife and frustrated with the press. The royal family's traditional response of silence and protocol did not sit well with Meghan and Harry, and their differences with William and Kate began to surface more publicly. She even told ITV News in 2019 that she tried to adopt this British sensibility of a stiff upper lip, continuing, "I really tried, but I think that what that does internally is probably really damaging." By the time Meghan and Harry announced their decision to step back from royal duties in January 2020,
watchers around the world are still digesting the big announcement by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan announced on social media they are stepping back from their role as senior members of the royal family.
the tension between the brothers had become impossible to ignore. Their departure from royal duties, which was dubbed Megxit by the press, further strained their relationship with other members of the royal family, especially Prince William, Harry's older brother. Harry and Meghan's decision was a direct response to the pressures they faced and their desire to have more control over their personal lives and careers. However, their announcement caught the royal family off guard, and William, in particular, was hurt by what he saw as a betrayal. The fallout from the decision was swift, and the public scrutiny of the situation only intensified. Many people were left wondering whether Harry's relationship with Meghan had caused an irreparable rift with his family. The brothers, who had once been inseparable, now seemed to be on opposite sides of a growing divide. Then, after a year, they shocked the world and the British royal family by going publicly to reveal the reasons why they decided to exit the royal duties on an Oprah Winfrey special interview titled Oprah with Meghan and Harry. Keep watching to know everything they expose about the royal family. The Oprah Winfrey interview. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's interview with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021 marked a turning point in their relationship with the British royal family. During this highly anticipated conversation, the couple revealed intimate details of their struggles within the monarchy, leading to their decision to step back from royal duties. Meghan opened up about her mental health challenges, including suicidal thoughts, and the lack of support she received from the royal family.
I just didn't want to be alive anymore. And that was a very clear and real and frightening, constant thought.
Her openness about feeling isolated and ignored by the institution struck a chord with many viewers. This was one of the most striking aspects of the interview. Meghan described a system that failed to offer the help she needed, and her words left many questioning the royal family's commitment to mental health and well-being, particularly for individuals outside the direct line to the throne. The couple's revelations extended far beyond personal struggles. Perhaps the most shocking aspect of the interview was when Meghan and Harry accused members of the royal family of raising concerns about the color of their son Archie's skin.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
This claim of racism within the royal family ignited widespread debate and became one of the most talked about points in the interview. This allegation sent shockwaves through the public, sparking intense debate and accusations of racism against the royal family. Meghan refrained from naming specific individuals involved in these conversations, while Harry later clarified that neither the Queen nor Prince Philip were part of these discussions. Nonetheless, the damage to the monarchy's image was significant, and the interview further deepened the divide between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family. Prince Harry also used the interview to shed light on his own struggles within the institution. He expressed feelings of being trapped in his royal role and revealed the lack of support he and Meghan received during their transition. He criticized the British tabloids and accused the monarchy of fostering a toxic relationship with the press, prioritizing public image over family welfare. These candid admissions added to the narrative of a fractured and dysfunctional royal family. Along with this, the couple shared their frustrations over the lack of security provided to them and the decision to deny Archie a royal title.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol, and that he wasn't going to receive security.
For many, these accusations painted a picture of a family not just divided, but one that had failed to protect its own. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex made it clear that their decision to step back from royal life was not taken lightly. The pressures they faced, the constant media scrutiny, the racial undertones, and the rigidity of the royal family protocols contributed to their decision to step away from the family's official duties. Meghan, an American actress who had always been independent, had felt stifled by the monarchy's constraints. She had openly discussed feeling trapped in the public eye, where every aspect of her life was scrutinized, often negatively. For Harry, the situation was equally fraught. Though he was a prince and part of the royal family, he had long been seen as the spare to the throne, often living in the shadow of his older brother, Prince William. The interview emphasized how Harry, despite his royal title, had struggled to fit into the traditional mold of royalty. His marriage to Meghan only deepened his desire to escape the harshness of royal life and live more freely, away from the constant surveillance. Together they sought financial independence, privacy, and a life where they could focus on their family, away from the spotlight that had caused so much pain. Their departure, framed as a pursuit of freedom and self-preservation, was both a personal and public declaration of their need to live on their own terms. Following the Oprah interview, the public eagerly awaited Prince William's response. As one of the most senior members of the royal family and the second in line to the throne, many anticipated that William would be quick to defend his family's name, or perhaps offer his brother a public show of support. Instead, William remained silent in the days and weeks following the interview, leaving much speculation about his position. There were a variety of reasons for William's initial silence. First, as a future king, he had to be particularly cautious with his words. The royal family is accustomed to a certain level of restraint in its public statements, and William, who had been groomed to uphold the dignity of the monarchy, was no exception. Any hasty or overly emotional response could have been misinterpreted or worsened the situation, so he wisely chose not to react immediately. In addition to the strategic nature of his silence, William's position within the royal family played a role. As a senior member, he had an obligation to protect the reputation of the monarchy, but also to navigate the complex relationships within the family. His brother Harry had publicly aired grievances that touched on sensitive issues: the racism claims, mental health with suicidal thoughts, and the family dysfunction.
It's not a surprise to anybody. It's really sad that it's got to this point, but I've got to do something for my own mental health, for my wife's.
And William had to decide how best to address them. Publicly challenging Harry, as some suggested, would have undoubtedly deepened the feud between the brothers, making it harder for the family to heal from the shockwaves of the interview. The royal family's preference for handling matters privately also played into William's decision to stay quiet. In a family that values discretion and internal communication over public discourse, speaking out on such personal and delicate issues was seen as inappropriate. The royal family, for all its public appearances and state duties, is often highly reserved when it comes to airing personal differences. William's silence, therefore, was not only a tactical move, but also in line with the family's long-standing tradition of resolving conflicts behind closed doors. His silence was interpreted in different ways. For some, it was seen as a refusal to engage with Harry's allegations. Given the gravity of the accusations, many expected that William would immediately take a stand, either defending his family or offering his side of the story. However, by withholding comment, William inadvertently allowed the narrative to remain in his brother's control. As the press continued to speculate about William's thoughts on the interview, it became clear that the lack of a response was creating more tension, leaving many to wonder whether the silence was a sign of deeper rifts within the family. However, Prince William's measured response to the fallout between the Sussexes and the royal family emphasized the delicate balancing act faced by the monarchy. While he sought to project unity and refute allegations of racism, his comments also highlighted the deep divisions within the family. The rift between Harry and William, once inseparable brothers, now symbolizes the broader challenges of modernizing an institution steeped in tradition while adapting to changing societal expectations. As the royal family navigates this period of scrutiny and transition, the story of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's exit serves as a reminder of the pressures that come with public life. Whether viewed as a necessary reckoning or a painful family feud, their exit has undoubtedly reshaped the royal narrative, leaving behind unanswered questions about the future of the monarchy and the enduring complexity of family dynamics on the world stage. Do you think Meghan Markle might have been the cause of the fallout between Prince Harry and the royal family? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe for more. Also, be sure to click on the next video on your screen. You will enjoy it.